has some of the powerful speakers here, and the theme is Successful SIP Models, Case Studies and Action Plans. The chairperson is Dr. T. Tyagarajan, and the speakers list include eminent educationists like Mr. Sekar Viswanathan, Mr. Tyagu Valliyappa, Professor Dr. B. Abhay Kumar, Mr. Rajiv B. Bhatnagar. A brief profile about our chairperson. Dr. T. Tyagarajan obtained his PhD in Intelligent Control from Anna University. He also pursued postdoctoral work in auto-tuning from NTU, Taiwan, using National Science Council Fellowship. He served as HOD of Instrumentation Engineering Department, MIT campus, Anna University for 6 years, and currently working as the Director, Center for University Industry Collaboration, Anna University. So, on behalf of SEED and the delegates, we welcome you, sir. It is hard to introduce Sekar, sir, without talking about VIT. He was a student of VIT and first served the institution in the 1990s as Vice-Chairman. He contributed to the growth of the university from its humble beginnings as Vellore Engineering College. His leadership was instrumental in founding years of the institution and in preparing VEC to become VIT. Between his tenures at the institution, Sekar worked in the US to get more experience from the wider world. VIT is recognized as one of the top engineering institutions in the country today, with a sprawling green campus of 17,000 students from around the world. So on behalf of SEED and the delegates, I welcome you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful presentation by Anna University, Professor Tyagarajan. I feel very humble going after Professor Tyagarajan's presentation. Anna University is one of the top universities of the country. Has been there for more than 2 centuries, producing some of the finest engineers of this country. So let me briefly, we are only 30 years old compared to Anna University. We are like a small baby. So we have had quite some success in the industry institute partnership area. Let me cover a few of them, and I'll mind the time. First, let me go over the conventional initiatives which we have heard upon a lot. As was pointed out, the relationship should go beyond placements. Usually when we think of industrial partnerships, we just think of placements, but as was pointed out, placement is just one aspect of the relationship you develop. As Dr. Pattabhiraman was mentioning in the earlier session, the companies, what they look for in the institutions is not just the output. They look at the input, they look at the process. When they say process, it's not just an accreditation process, right? They look at the people. Who are the faculty members? What is the management? How is the commitment, etc. So it's a lot more than placements. That's a point I wanted to mention. As the traditional industrial participation in various bodies of the university. Many of you come from engineering colleges. Probably you do not have the liberty we universities have, but still, as engineering college, you could find innovative ways of getting the industry representatives in your various advisory councils. So we do in our advisory academic council, research council, the board of studies of each department, the traditional guest lecture, and we have a TIFAC core center funded by the government and the industry. It gives an excellent opportunity for the industry to come to our center. In our TIFAC core, automotive infotronics is the focus. So we get a lot of auto industries and the electronics industries to come and give us ideas on various projects. I don't know how many of you saw the news item. Couple of days ago, we had this press conference where 2 girl students from Andhra Pradesh who did their project in our TIFAC core center. This project is a communication project, in-vehicle communication project, whether it's train or long-distance buses, where the passengers can get different types of services using their cell phone, Wi-Fi, GPS, etc. It's a very simple project. The best part about the project is that the students have got a US patent on this project. So what's going to happen is, this is with effect from 2011, anybody who uses that technology will have to pay these two students. These are young students who, it's amazing what these students can achieve if you give them the right platform, if you give them the right encouragement. It's really amazing. So again, all these ideas come from industry mainly. So we need to, most of you here are representing the education institutions. The key thing for you to survive is to partner with industries. I use the word survive because the survival is going to depend on the partnership with industries. So of course, the technology business incubator is another area where you get funds from the government and you get partnership with industries where you can fund some of the wonderful ideas of entrepreneurship of the students. And we have various tech fests, the technology festivals or management festivals. We get sponsorships and partnerships. And that's about the conventional part. Now I'm going to talk about some of the unique initiatives we do at VIT. So we do a lot of technology innovation. One of the most popular ones among the students is the hackathons. You might have heard about them. What happens is the industry provides a list of problems to us which they want us to solve. So we get students in one place, about 30 to 50 teams, each team consisting of 3 to 4 students. So they are all working on those problems continuously, round the clock for 24 to 48 hours. So they are all put in big gallery halls, given the problems. They come up with solutions. They develop even small models, software-based models at that point, continuous. It's called hackathons. It has become very popular among our students that, there's a huge rush to participate in these hackathons. So this innovative exercise, later results in hardware and software which we can develop later. But the point is you get them together in one place and give them problems, they do magic. So we have something called as Creation Lab at VIT. So it's like an open lab. We have given 2 or 3 floors of space to them. There is no department-wise segregation. Anybody can collaborate with anybody. They are given problems, they are given funding, they come up with solutions. You just do it, you will see magic happen. No rules. Freedom to innovate. That's the mantra. If you give them freedom to innovate, freedom to think, they do wonders. So this has been a successful venture for us. Honeywell company has been sponsoring some of our hackathons. They have come and given our problems. And once we select the ideas, they get funding from the companies also, and then they take about 6 months to develop that product. Similar hackathons, we have done it with US partners, the MIT, the Massachusetts General Hospital, and Harvard. They have been working with us and with a couple of other universities around the globe. So in this is more about healthcare practitioners. So they from the Massachusetts General Hospital, they come, and ours is not a medical college, but we have students from engineering who solve some best biomedical issues. So they mentor our students from MIT. So when they come here, again, they go through a similar process. They call it hacking medicine in their parlance, and it has been very useful. For example, one of our students came up with a solution where, how the patients use the oxygen mask. Many of the serious patients, they use oxygen mask. And when the doctors come and converse with them, they have to remove the oxygen mask to talk. So our student came up with an idea where, without removing the mask, there's like a device which the student has come up with, which will amplify the voice. It's like a regular system of microphone and speaker, but then the idea is innovative, so it's of great help to patients now. That fellow has patented this idea in collaboration with Massachusetts General Hospital, and he's going to get tons of money once MGH starts making a product out of it. So such simple ideas come from students, and again, similar concept. Let me just quickly go over this. And institutions like, industries like Biocon, GE Healthcare, and Narayana Hospital from Bangalore, they're all collaborating with us to develop some of the medical devices. And this is another initiative, workforce development. There's a strong need in the industry. Okay, so I will wind up in another 5 minutes. We offer certificate and degree programs for industry, which helps us understand what the industry needs are, and then help them resolve them. And Wipro is one of our partner in that. And the other thing which I wanted to touch upon is the international relationship. Our students do international projects. So companies like Cisco and Honeywell, which require partners from, which require employees in their home countries, they recruit here and then send them there. And then the other point which I wanted to touch upon is the research collaboration. Many of the funding for our projects come from industry. So these are all multi-year projects. Companies like Piramal, Cummins Engines are helpful. And like what we covered earlier, some of the labs from Cisco, Microsoft, IBM, Motorola are all there. So these are some of the ideas which I wanted to share with you. If there is a will, there is a way. All I ask for you is to have an open mind, because I feel many a times academicians are too proud to go and talk to industrialists, and industrialists do not have the time, do not have the confidence in academia. This gap needs to be addressed here. So that's why we are all here. I thank everybody for giving me this opportunity.